What are the top Town Hall 9 3-star attack strategies for 2018? We're going to cover them in this video. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date with all of my Clash of Clans videos. So there are 4 absolutely beast 3-star Town Hall 9 attack strategies that we're going to cover in today's video. All of these replays are from Elite Gaming and our CWL victory against Buy Forever. If you're interested in joining, guys, Max Town Hall 9, make sure to check us out. We are recruiting. Now, the number 4 attack strategy that we have put is the Dragons. We did do a guide on this, guys. I'll link it up in the top right. Basically, it's number 4 because it's quite base dependent. Hulk Smash is an absolute beast at this. He's already zap quaked 2 of the air defense. You will see another replay of this next. Before we get on to the number 3, make sure to let me know your top attack strategies in the comment section. But basically, zap quake, 2 air defense, push the dragons in from the opposite side. Ideally, you want to take out a third with your king or queen. As you can see, failed to do so in this attack, but it's not to worry because you have the troops in order to take out the 4th. So in this one, Hulk Smash adapts, takes out that third, then the Lavaloon combination, which you use to take out the 4th air defense, rushes across, takes out the 4th, and the dragons can mop up the rest of the base. Guys, let's skip over the rest so we can get into the 3rd replay. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy it as well. Like I said, what are your top 4? The Dragons, an absolute beast at Town Hall 9 on the correct base layout. Let's show you his 2nd attack so we can break it down a little bit more for you before we move on to the top 3 Town Hall 9 3-star attack strategies. The Dragon very nicely finishing off the king there, and nice job by Hulk Smash. Let's move on to his next attack though, which was against base number 37. So again, you really need a base which has 2 air defense together. Now what Hulk Smash does is takes 3 lightning spell and an earthquake spell in order to take them both down. You can see his placement here, very strategic in order to take all 2 of them down. Gets a cannon alongside that as well, obviously not going to be an issue for the dragons. You then want to prioritize the next 2 air defense, and ideally you want to get the 3rd with your heroes. So you can see suicide heroes coming in from the north to target this air defense here. We then have a Lavaloon portion in order to get the 4th air defense so that the dragons are free to swoop along the rest of the base. Now what he also looks at with this strategy, guys, is trying to lock onto the 2nd expo with them balloons. You'll see that as we move forward, but do not delay the dragon deployment. We've already deployed it here, coming in from the opposite side of them air defense. Obviously the dragons, you can picture, it's going to take them time to get through the base. In that time, we've actually came in and took out the air defense, so you don't have to worry. However, the dragons can be quite slow, guys, so make sure to get them in quick. You want to use a rage spell for them to just push them forward. Depends on where things are within the base though. You can see how that Lava Hound now tanking onto that air defense at the back, with the balloons really coming in surgically to close in on it before it locks onto too many dragons. And then they're obviously going to move forward towards that expo and help the dragons take it down. Now unfortunately for Hulk Smash, he did miss an archer tower and a couple of buildings over to the left here. Normally with dragons, you want to try and sweep the base from one side to the other. However, if done correctly, you can see the amount of time he has left to mop up the rest of them defenses and buildings. So that's number 4, guys. What about number 3? Now, many people might dispute me on this one. However, I'm actually going with the number 3 as the Witches. Again, let me know your top attacks down in the comments and let me know any other tips. But the Witches, guys, you can utilize alongside healers. Now if you're going to take healers, it really depends on the air defense placement and if there's enough point defense that you even need to take them. So on this base, along the sides of the bases, there's not actually too much. We need to focus our fire into the middle, so a couple of golems can really help you guys. I mean, this goes for any attack strategy. You'll see as we move up as well, this is actually a common theme which can just vary through attack strategies. 3 golems to get get through the base can be very powerful, and if you have access to ballers in the CC at Town Hall 9, you really need to be taking them, guys. Once you've created that funnel with the witches on either side, the golems come forward and protect the ballers coming through. Now the ballers, being as strong as they are at Town Hall 9, you really want to utilize your spells on them. So you can see how we used a rage spell initially to push right into the base, get some of them defenses down, and then once they've taken a bit of damage, you don't want to use the heal spell straight away. Obviously you might have to if it's base dependent, giant bombs go off, whatever, but in the middle, get that heal spell just to keep the ballers up that little bit extra. Once we get to this stage, we've got witches coming around the outside. The witches, the way they act really, if there's no giant bombs on the outside, they produce the skeletons which run in front and tank for the defense. You can see the cannon here is just too busy with them witches. There's no way it's going to lock onto the witches at the back, so it depends what's there, guys, but obviously your ballers coming through the middle will be taking out them ones in the middle, and it really is just allowing the witches to swoop around the outside of the base in order to take out the rest. But again, use your spells on the ballers. That is massively important. You don't want to be using your spells on the less important troops, if you will. So let's show you one more witch attack. Again, we're showing 2 of each here, then we'll move on to the top 2 attack strategies. Just looking at my list here to find the next witch attack, which is by Little Lisa. So again, she decides to bring some healers on this one. Now what is the purpose of that? You can see that actually air defense right out of the way. They are towards the back of the base, but again, once you get to that stage, you don't have to worry about them as much. There's not as much point defense to take them down, but on this one you can see there's not as much in the center of the base, but there's a lot of point defense on the outside, so the healers obviously just give you that extra little bit to get through the defenses on the outside. So the queen obviously doing a nice job up at the top. There's kind of more splash damage there, if you will, so probably why she took the queen in from the top, whilst the witches with them couple of healers is going to be enough to swoop down the bottom. But again, the very similar pattern here of the ballers coming through the middle, we again have the rage and the heal spell alongside the 2 jump spells. Now actually on this base it's very nice, we have access literally all the way through the base, not even to the far end of the base, right the way out the other side. Now the poison spell, beautifully placed to take down them CC. All of the ballers still alive at the moment, so that is what you really want to try and do, is get them ballers in last. Make sure you've got the funnel set so that they actually go into the middle of the base. Obviously you need the jump spell down there, otherwise they're bound to divert. But as we get to the end of the base here, I mean, just look at how much Lisa smashed this base. The queen still at full health, witches coming around the outside, and ballers still helping to mop up the base. So that is the number 3 attack strategy, guys, in that of the witches. Let's see about the top 2. Now guys, recently I have changed my mind on this. I mean, not in the immediate past, you have seen a couple of my videos, but I always said there was a certain attack strategy that was literally the best, and I've changed my mind. The number 2 we're actually putting as the Hog Riders, guys. Now I've always been a massive fan of Hog Riders. I think they're very much on par with the witches. Some people might disagree and actually say witches are better. However, I'm still putting the Hog Riders there at number 2. I just think they're so diverse across a number of bases. This one, the CC right at the bottom, we're obviously able to take that out. A poison spell, very nicely able to take down them troops. And then again, this is where we discuss the similarities of them first few attack strategies, in that of the golems. Plenty of golems, guys, allow you access right the way through the base. They're going to protect your troops. Wizards are very important. That's going to create your funnel for the ballers. And again, it's very rare that you won't be taking ballers in the clan castle. They're just so effective. If you don't have them, I mean, you might be best taking a high level golem, or even Valkyries if you need to get that bit further for a kill squad. Even some more Hog Riders might do the trick. But as you can see, the CC is gone. The queen is gone. All of the wizard towers and splash damage are gone. That is why this base was perfect for Hog Riders. You can see that, I mean, we bring them in surgically, but we don't really even need to at this point. They can come around the outside of the base, and they're not going to go into the middle. There's no way they're coming into here, guys. There's no defenses. So that is the main thing about Hog Riders, is actually creating a path for the Hog Riders to move around the base, so that you know when to use use them heal spells. Now a couple of Teslas pop on the outside of the base. You might think, what is that for? It's actually trying to bait out the Hog Riders. So actually the attacker looks at this base and thinks, it's quite easy for Hog Riders to come around the edge of the base. They get to the end where there's 2 Teslas, they have to go over there and boom, all of them giant bombs take them out. It's a fail. However, we didn't fall for it, guys. A couple of Hog Riders nicely in quick enough to set off them giant bombs. Let's show you one more Hog Rider attack, which is actually very similar to the witch attack we were talking about before, and then we'll move on to that number 1 attack strategy, guys. What do you think it will be? Honestly, it is an absolute beast. Now, the reason this Hog Rider attack I say is similar to the witches is because I wanted to demonstrate the importance of the 3 golems. Look at how many Hog Riders are in this attack strategy. Not too many, and actually, guys, you don't really need too many. As you will see here, the golems provide tankage right the way through the base. I mean, honestly, you need to be taking bowlers in the CC. All 3 golems able to create a very nice funnel and actually send the queen where we want her to go, around the top of the base. But again, the jump spells, you will need 2 jump spells. Basically, if you don't have to take wall breakers, don't even bother with them. Don't even bother complicating the attack. Just take your troops you need to get the bowlers through the base. Again, poison spell on the CC, the 2 jump spells are in, rage spell, heal spell. It's kind of standard stuff for the bowlers, guys. You should be kind of getting this in terms of the attacks. It is purely the meta at Town Hall 9. The bowlers can just wipe out the middle of the base, and then you purely have to look at what's on the perimeter, what's the kind of layout of the base, what can I use in order to take out them back end defenses. In this one, you can see able to sneak in a couple of Hog Riders whilst the defenses are tanked onto the golem and the bowlers. So the Hog Riders coming in very, very surgically here as the defenses tank onto them other troops. So as the golem comes around here, obviously that one's about to burst, so we're basically waiting for these golems to come forward, and as you can see, the Hog Riders able to just sneak in there. And I mean, to be honest, the Hog Riders weren't even needed. That is why I wanted to show you this one in terms of keeping the bowlers alive. You'll be able to get through the base, you'll be able to wipe it out, but just think about, can I take Hog Riders for the back end? This is kind of like how Clan Wars first started out in terms of 3-star attacks. Can you just bring Hog Riders onto the back end of a base? So there you have it, guys. Number 2, Hog Riders. Number 1, though, is most certainly for me the best attack strategy at Town Hall 9. It is so amazing, especially since the Lava Hound buff kind of gave it away. It is the Lavaloon attack strategy. Again, if you can take a Queen Walk or a Queen Charge in order to take out some objectives, go ahead and do that, but that varies every single base. You'll see you don't always have to take out an air defense. However, if you can take out the enemy Archer Queen, that is going to be massive. Don't have to. You've seen some of my attacks where you can take her out on the fly using a rage spell and a skeleton spell. But if you can pop in and take her out very quickly like you can here, then it's going to be worth it. Any air defense, wizard towers, CC troops, anything like that is all going to be helpful to set up your Lavaloon attack. But you also have to think about the pathing for your Lavaloon. Can you actually carve out an area of the base where the balloons are a bit easier deployed? So on this one, the P.E.K.K.A is not going to do anything to the balloons, but we really did need that wizard town down, so down it goes. The Queen able to sneak into this pocket. I very much like the tip that you just saw there. Using the rage spell when the Queen needs it, can you actually implement that in the area where you're going to bring the wall breakers? Because wall breakers under rage, guys, they're not going to fail. They're going to blow that wall to smithereens. It's going to allow the Queen to pop in here, and again, you can see the path of the balloons. They're going to come straight the way down south. They're not going to be affected by these air sweepers. As the Lava Hound tanks, it does then rush across the entire base, but that is where your spells are important. Once the balloons become exposed, get them haste spells in. Look at how quickly they move down to the range of that air defense where they're no longer a target. Once your balloons kind of clump together into the middle of the base, if you have a rage spell or you can implement it into your attack, you can really push them balloons over the heavy thick defenses, take them out, and I mean, just look at how powerful this attack is, guys. Cleanup troops, always nice to consider, but if done correctly, you can often get away here with just the lava pups and the minions themselves. So let's show you one more example, which is actually from number 30, base number 30 I believe, and then that will wrap up the video. So this is a one, I wanted to show you this one because it doesn't necessarily take out the air defense as part of the kill squad, but let's have a look. Suicide heroes. So this base is purely designed to look at where the air defense are, the queen over there as well, very difficult to get in and take out, but this corner here with the Teslas has Teslas, 2 wizard towers. If we were to come towards that at the end of a raid, we would definitely need to use quite a few spells in that area to get through it. There's a lot of point defense there, so using suicide heroes, just able to carve out that area, get rid of a lot of them thick defenses, and again it just provides for balloon pathing. So coming in, we don't need a lot to tank in this area because we have the balloons straight onto them defenses. The lava hounds come forward to the air defense, but you need a good enough spread, so just look at how much we're coming around the base. You wouldn't want them to spend too much time over the top of the queen, but that is exactly why the rage spell was used on the queen, so that lava pups damage from the balloons could take it down. Now, because we had such a wide spread, the balloons we put in initially from the west didn't have to go over to the east of the base. We took them down with balloons. However, the same thing happens at the end of the base here, where there's a lot of point defense, so a heal spell is very nicely used in order to tank that entire area. And just look at how many balloons we have left alongside the minions, easily able to clean up this base. Didn't even need clean up troops, but again guys, make sure to just think about them, think about the pathing of your balloons. But for me, that is the top 4 Town Hall 9 attack strategies. Make sure to let me know yours down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you made it right the way to the end of this video. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out guys.